Hello children, I hope you all are fine and safe. Today I am going to handle the 9th standard second language English unit 1. Okay children, last year at this time do you remember where were you all? Yes? What you were doing? Did you get it? Try to remember children. Yes, did you get it? Yes, you were all in the school, sitting with your friends, having fun and listening to the teachers teaching. But this year, I think so you all must be missing it. Don't worry children, this year you have got a novel way of learning. I hope you all will benefit out of it. It will be very interesting and I am sure you will all enjoy it. Are you ready children? Shall we go? In the first unit, you come across the prose, The Enchanted Pool and the poem Upagupta. Before we go children, have a book and a pen with you, note down all the important points and there will be some activity given to you. Write the answers for that activity because once you go back to the school, your teachers will check it. Okay, here we go with the prose, The Enchanted Pool. Children, as you all know, we are living in a society with others in a harmonious or in a very friendly manner. When we live with others in a society, we are expected to follow certain qualities or norms in our day-to-day life. Isn't it children? Can we behave however we want? No. There are certain qualities that we have to follow in our life. The qualities that we possess may be desirable or not so desirable. For example, what do you see in this picture children? Yes, you can see a boy as well as an old lady. What is that boy doing children? Suresh is a kind boy. He is helping an old lady to cross the road. So, what do you think about this act children? Is it a good act or a bad act? Yes, very good. It's a very good act and it's a desirable quality. In the next picture, you can see a lady trying to comfort her husband who has got some problem. Meghana is trying to comfort her husband who is sad. Yes, when we find some people in trouble, we should try to comfort them. Now coming to the third picture, what do you see in this picture children? Yes, what do you find? You can see a lady as well as you can see a girl. Very good. What is that girl doing children? Yes, Nikki is very helpful. She is helping a lady in picking up her things which is fallen on the road. So, you can see that very clearly in the picture over there. And it is also a desirable quality. These qualities such as kindness, sympathy and helpfulness, they are all desirable quality which everyone should practice in their life. Similarly, there are certain qualities that are not desirable. For example, the quality arrogance. Look at this picture children. Here you can see Shyam is not ready to listen to his colleague. When somebody comes to talk to you, you have to listen to what the other person is saying. You should not behave as if you know everything. That is really very bad. Now coming to the next picture, the quality of selfishness is also not a desirable one. Look at this picture children. You can see two boys. John is eating a burger without sharing it with his friend Peter. Now children, what can you make out from there? What is John doing? Yes, very good. John is eating a burger. And you can see Peter sitting next to him and is very annoyed. Why is he annoyed children? Because John is having a burger without sharing it with him. So, that is really very bad. Whatever you have got with you children, you should try to share it with others. Now, coming to the third picture, look at this picture children. What do you make out from this? Yes, you can see that the children are playing on the road. And when you are playing on the road, what you are supposed to do? Sometime you play on the road or you will be doing some other work. At that time you must be very careful because what will happen children? Yes, sometime it may lead to accidents and you may get injured. So always whenever you are doing some work or when you are playing outside, you must always be very careful. Now these words, qualities such as arrogance, selfishness and carelessness are all not desirable qualities and you should not possess in your life. Now coming to the next, children, now you have got an activity to do. Here you can see some words such as courage, discipline, anger, lazy, truthful, kindness, honesty, rude, cruel and jealous. What I want you to do is, children, you have to note down, take a pen, write down all these words in your notebook and try to classify them into desirable and not desirable qualities. Is it clear? So learn the meanings of these words from a dictionary and try to do this work. Yes, children, take down these words, write it down in a book. Are you doing it? Yes, very good. Now children, have you finished with your work? Have you classified the words into desirable and not desirable? I am sure you all must have done it. Very good. Now let us check with the answers whether what you have done is correct. The desirable qualities are courage, honesty, truthful, discipline, kindness. And the not desirable qualities are lazy, anger, jealous, rude and cruel. Okay, till now you came to know what are the bad and what are the good qualities. Now the lesson, the enchanted pool from the epic the Mahabharata, makes us aware of the good and bad qualities that one should and should not possess in one's life. The Enchanted Pool by Rajagopalachari. Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, popularly known as Rajaji, was a great patriot, politician, incisive thinker and also the author of many books. His popular books are on the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. From the Mahabharata, he narrates stories and applies their moral principles to the modern times. Okay, children, now you have come to know about C. Rajagopalachari. Now, what I want you people to do is that open the textbook, read the information on Rajagopalachari, gather some more information on him and prepare a profile and post it in your WhatsApp group. Okay, now coming to the context, in the Mahabharata, as we all know, you come across the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Right from the beginning, there was enmity between them. In the game of dice, the Pandavas lost everything to the Kauravas and were supposed to live in the forest for 12 years. One day, when they were living in the forest, the brothers wandered deep into the forest in pursuit of a deer. At that time, what happened? Do you want to know, children? So now let us go into the lesson. Children, you have got the textbook with you. Open the textbook and in page 2 you have got the lesson. As I do the reading, even you have to read loudly. Okay, here we go, children. The sun was hot over it and the 5 brothers grew more and more weary and thirsty. Yudhishthira sat down under a tree to rest and said to Nakula, "Brother, climb the tree and see whether there is any pool or river nearby." Nakula climbed up and said at a distance he could see some water plants and cranes and certainly there must be water nearby. Yudhishthira sent him to get some water. Nakula felt very happy seeing the pool and thought to quench his thirst before taking the water in the cure to his brother. No sooner did he dip his hand in the transparent water, he heard a voice which said, "Stop, Nakula, do not drink. This pool belongs to me. O son of Madri, answer my questions and then drink the water." Though Nakula was surprised as he was very thirsty, heedless of the warning, he began to drink the water. At once, he felt drowsy and fell down, appearing dead. When Nakula did not return for a long time, Yudhishthira sent Sahadeva to see what the matter was. Sahadeva also heard the voice but ignored it and drank the water and dropped down dead. When Sahadeva too failed to return, Arjuna was sent to see what had happened. Arjuna went swiftly, and when he saw his brothers lying dead near the pool, heartbroken with grief, he wanted to avenge their deaths. But he too felt very thirsty and walked towards the fatal pool. Again, the warning voice was heard. Answer my questions before you drink the water. This pool is mine. If you disobey me, you will follow your brothers. Arjuna became very angry. He cried, "Who are you? Come and stand up to me and I will kill you." He shot arrows in the direction of the voice. The invisible being laughed in scorn and said, "Your arrows can't touch me." Arjuna wanted to destroy this unseen foe. But first he had to quench his terrible thirst, so he drank the water and also fell down dead. After another anxious wait, Yudhishthira turned to Bhima, "Dear brother, even Arjuna, the great hero, hasn't returned. Something terrible must have happened to our brothers. Please find them quickly." Bhima hurried away without another word. Like Arjuna, Bhima also did not heed the warning and drank the water eagerly, glaring around in defiance. And instantly his great strength seemed to slip from him like a garment, and he also fell down among his brothers. Okay, children, till now you came to know, you studied the lesson, the enchanted pool, and you also came to know how the Pandava brothers went in search of a deer, and finally they became very tired and they were very thirsty. So Yudhishthira sat down under a tree and he asked Nakula to find out where there is water. Nakula climbs up the tree and he says there is a pool nearby. Immediately Yudhishthira says Nakula to go and get him some water. Nakula goes and there he hears an invisible voice which asks him not to drink the water. And he doesn't listen to the warning and he drinks the water and he falls down dead. After that, Yudhishthira, waiting for a longer time, when he comes to know that Nakula did not turn up, he sends his other brothers, Sahadeva, Arjuna and also Bhima. They also come in search of Nakula, and when they come to the pool, they hear the voice, the warning voice, but they also follow Nakula. They did not listen to the voice. They also drank the water because they were very thirsty, and after drinking the water they also fell down dead. So up till here it is clear, no children, for you. So now let us go to the next part, that is the glossary words. Okay, now you have listened to my reading, children. Yes, now it's your turn. Now go through the lesson, have a pencil with you, and as you are reading, underline the hard words or the difficult words which you don't know the meaning for it. Is it clear, children? So do the reading, children. Yes? Did you open your book? Start reading. Underline the difficult words. Finished? Okay. Now let us move on to the next part, that is the glossary words. In the lesson, you have come across some important glossary words. The first one is weary. In this, children, can you see in that picture? What do you see? A man is not doing his work, he is sleeping because he is very tired. Ramu is very tired after working so long in the office. So the meaning of the word weary is tired. Let's move on to the next word. Quench. Yes, children, can you see the picture over there? You can see Gopi is drinking water to satisfy his thirst. So, the meaning of the word quench is satisfied. When you feel thirsty, what do you do, children? You all drink water. So, that we say it as quench. Yes, the next glossary word is cure. Look at the picture, children. You can see a jug or a object which looks like a container, and in that container you can put some things and you can keep. Hunters usually keep the arrows in a quiver. So, you studied in the second para when Yudhishthira says Nakula to go get some water. Nakula goes to the pool and he wants to bring water in a quiver. Is it right, children? Yes, this is quiver. The next word is transparent. The water is very clear. Look at the picture, children. You can see the water is very clear. You can see almost everything over there. So, the meaning of the word transparent is very clear. Yes, the next word is heedless. Look at the picture, children. What is Shobha doing? Yes, Shobha is walking in front of a moving car. That shows what? She is very careless. Shobha is walking carelessly before the moving car. So, what is the meaning of the word heedless, children? Yes, carelessly. Yes, now let us move on to the next glossary word, swiftly. Look at the picture, children. What is Raju doing? Yes, very good. Raju is running very fast. The meaning of the word swiftly is very fast. Yes, the next word is heartbroken. Look at the picture, children. How is Suresh? Yes, Suresh is very sad. Why is he sad, children? Because his puppy had died. So, the meaning of the word heartbroken is very sad. Suresh was very sad when his puppy died. The next word is fatal. While we cross the road, if we are not careful, it may cause death. Look at the picture, children. You can see there is a car and there is a person in front of the car. What is happening to the man? He is being knocked down by the car. And when you are knocked down by a moving vehicle, what will happen, children? Yes, sometime you might get injured or sometime it may also cause death. So, dangerous, the meaning of the word fatal is dangerous or it is something which causes death. Is it clear, children? So far you had learnt the lesson, the enchanted pool. Okay, up till here is it clear, children? So far you had learnt, you had come across the lesson, the enchanted pool, and you also came to know about the meaning of the content words. Okay, now let me see how much you have understood the lesson. Okay, I will be asking few questions for you. Don't worry, it is only a simple, they are all simple questions, it will be very easy for you to answer. Did you get it, children? So now take out a pen and note down these questions and write the answers. Refer to the textbook, the answers are there in the lesson. Find out the answers and write it in your notebook. Okay, children, shall we go? The first question is, why did Nakula climb up the tree? Okay, take down this question, children. Why did Nakula climb up the tree? Note down this question in the book, children. Open the textbook, open the lesson. In the first para, just find out, the answer must be in the first para. Did you get it, children? Yes, very good, you got it. So now let us see whether you have written the correct answer. The answer for this question is, Nakula climbed up the tree to see whether there was some water nearby. Children, did you get the answer correct? Very good. Now let us move on to the second question. Yes, the second question is, what did the voice say to Nakula? Did you get it, children? What did the voice say to Nakula? So write down the question, children, and start finding the answer. Yes, it must be in the second para. Go through the second para. Did you get it? Yes, very good. What is the answer for this? What did the voice say to Nakula? Yes, the answer is, check it up with what you have written. The voice said to Nakula not to drink the water from the pool as it belongs to him. It also warned him to answer his questions first and then to drink the water. Did you check up, children? Is the answer correct? Okay. Now let us move on to the third question. The third question is, what did Arjuna want to do? Did you get it, children? What did Arjuna want to do? Yes. Where is the answer for this question, children? Just check it up. Yes, it must be in the third paragraph. Did you get it? Okay, write down the answer. Did you finish it? Let us check up whether what you have written it is correct. The answer is, Arjuna wanted to avenge the death of his brothers. Did you get it correct, children? Arjuna wanted to avenge the death of his brothers, because when he went near the pool, what did he see? He saw his brothers lying down dead, and immediately he became very angry. He wanted to take revenge on the person who had killed his brothers. So the answer is, Arjuna wanted to avenge the death of his brothers. Did you take down these answers, children? Write it down in your book. Let us, till now you studied about the question, and I came to know that you have understood the lesson because you all have said the correct answers. So now let us move on to the next part, that is the prefixes. Let us know more about today what are prefixes. Yes, a syllable or a word part added to the beginning of a word is called a prefix. Yes, children, note it down in your book. What is a prefix? A syllable or a word part added to the beginning of a word is called a prefix. A prefix has a meaning, but it is not a word. Did you get it clear, children? A prefix has a meaning, but it is not a word. For example, look at these words: disconnect, imbalance, incorrect, unhappy. The word parts dis, im, in, un are prefixes that mean not or the opposite of. Is it clear, children? Yes. A prefix may sometimes change the meaning of a word. What will the prefix do, children? Sometimes it changes the meaning of a word. Like, for example, connect, disconnect. Then balance, imbalance. Correct, incorrect. Happy, unhappy. In the same manner, sometimes prefixes also help in forming antonyms. For example, some antonyms are formed by adding prefixes to words. For example, here you have got, children, lock, unlock, mature, immature, active, inactive, agree, disagree. So far, children, you have come to know what are prefixes and how they help in forming new meaning words, as well as some prefixes also create new antonyms. Is it clear, children? So far what you have learnt about prefixes? Yes. Now let us move on to the next, that is the home assignment. Now the assignment is based on the prefix what you have learned today. Okay, so what does that assignment means? Fill in the blanks by adding correct prefix to the word given in italics. Yes, there are certain sentences given, one word is given, it is being highlighted over there, and for that word you have to find out a prefix. Okay, shall we go? In the first fill in the blanks is, when our teacher asked, I spell correctly, but my friend dash it. Did you get it, children? Okay, note it down in your book. The first one is, when our teacher asked, I spelled correctly, but my friend dash it. Second fill in the blank, we must maintain justice. It is wrong to do dash to others. So find out what is the prefix of the word justice. We must maintain justice. It is wrong to do dash to others. The third one is, it is my fortune, I am safe, but it is dash for my friend who was injured in the accident. So which is the word over there in italics, children? Fortune. You have to find the prefix word for this fortune. The fourth one is, wooden chairs are expensive, but plastic chairs are dash. Did you get it, children? Did you write it down in your book? Wooden chairs are expensive, but plastic chairs are dash. Yes, the next one, Girish is an efficient worker, but his friend is a or an dash worker. What is that, children? Girish is an efficient worker, but his friend is a dash worker. Here, two options it is given. Friend is a or an. Now, when you write the prefix over there, you have to see whether the word starts with a vowel sound. Okay, based on that, either you have to use the letter A or you can write it as an. Did you get it, children? Yes. The next one, Ramesh Rao is an honest officer, but his assistant is dash. Yes. Take it down, children. Ramesh Rao is an honest officer, but his assistant is dash. So, yes, children, this is about the assignment. I hope you have understood whatever is being done. You will be doing the assignment. Yes, children, till now you came across the lesson, the enchanted pool, and you also learned the content words, everything. Okay, children. Now, I have given you some home assignment. And I have asked only few questions, but to get more information or to know more about what are the questions and what language exercises are given, for that, here on the textbook at the top you have got the barcode, QR code scanner. You can scan that and you will get lots of information regarding, it can be regarding the questions or some language exercises, everything. You will get lots of information. So, do that, children, you can get more information. So, I hope this class was very beneficial to you, and till the next class, it's bye, children.